In case you don't know, our mission here at Sorted is to get people into the kitchen talking about
and cooking
great food.
Because of this, the guys at Tesco have asked us to take some everyday ingredients and use them to create 3 incredible dishes.
This week, we're looking at
Cooking onions!
Don't click away, we thought the same, but Ben's actually convinced us that you can do some pretty cool things with them.
Which is why we're going to show you 3 of our very favourite onion recipes.
Here they are.
I'm making a caramelised onion tart.
I'll be making a sweet onion relish.
But first up, Ben and I are going to be making some onion bhajis.
The bhajis start the same way as all 3 onion recipes by peeling and slicing 4 onions.
That is a lot of onions.
It is a lot of onions, but get it out of the way and everything else is really simple. You're going to do the batter, which is gram flour. Now this is brilliant because it's gluten-free. It's made from chickpeas.
Ooh.
Which means you can actually, you know, in the middle of a bhaji, it's
Yeah.
kind of a little bit more
Softer.
soggy and stodgy and soft and full of flavour. Not a problem, but you still get the crispy outside.
Okay.
We're going to add in our own awesome spice blend. Ground cumin, ground coriander, paprika, fennel seeds, turmeric, salt. To add to that, the water.
Yep.
While you're doing that, I'm going to chop up some coriander, mix everything together, and that's the batter done.
I always have the pre-made bhajis at home, but they're never as good as the ones you get in the restaurants.
No, you have to cook a bhaji fresh to get that really kind of crispy outside, soft inside. The pre-made one's more kind of mushy all the way through. Fine, but better if you can make it yourself.
I've been around Jamie's before for a curry, and the curry was really nice, but I felt like it could have been accessorised, so I'm glad you're learning how to make these bhajis.
Well, next time, bhaji o'clock, you'll have one of those too. Now look, loads of onions going into that batter. Give that a good mix together. And there we go, that's the batter done.
Oh.
Yep, get it all in. Perfect. At this point, very, very simple, we're going to cook them in oil that's been heated to 180 degrees Celsius. Simply tong globules into our oil, and they take about 3 or 4 minutes.
That is some great globule tonguing.
And look at those, once
Hello.
they're crispy and golden, it's these straggly bits you want. Drain them, get rid of excess oil, and then we're just going to serve them with a selection of dips. We've got mango chutney and raita.
What do you reckon to these bad boys then?
They look like fried spiders.
Or golden crispy bhajis, one of the 2.
But look at how easy they are. They're brilliant, they're gorgeous, they're lovely. They are onion bhajis.
Sorted. Next up, our sweet onion relish, which is basically a condiment you can serve with so many different things. It starts exactly the same way. 4 onions, peeled and sliced. If you can do that.
Nah, we've got some we made earlier. Look at that.
Use those then
Beans.
into a pan with a shot of oil. I'm going to cook those for about 10 minutes with the lid on so they soften and sweeten.
Here you go, Mike, you can start prepping for your next one.
Oh, just what I've always wanted.
Next up, we're going to take a clove of garlic and a knob of fresh ginger, peel and finely dice both of those.
Come on then, Baz. What is so good about your sweet onion relish?
This is no normal relish, all right? It can be served with anything.
Like anything.
Well, maybe not anything, but burgers, steak, sausages, hot dogs, and even a cheese sandwich.
Do you know what? I love a good cheese sandwich. And you're right, it kind of works. It's best to keep the lid on because it's going to keep the steam in there.
Right.
It's going to cook and stop them from colouring too much. But as soon as they're nice and soft and sweet after a few minutes, we can add in your garlic, my ginger, and a good pinch of salt and pepper. They need another 3 or 4 minutes to carry on softening down. In the meantime, dill, a fantastic fresh herb. If you can just chop that up nice and fine. Our mustard seeds go in now, and they'll start to pop in all of that hot onion, along with brown sugar and white wine vinegar. And then splash in a glass of white wine.
That smell is quite intense, isn't it?
It is quite intense, but remember this is something you serve with something else. So you have a little bit of it, so you want it really strong.
It'll make anything.
And then allow it to bubble away so that all the wine reduces, the sugar dissolves, you end up with a nice sticky relish. And there we go, that's the sticky kind of onions you want, the relish. At this point, add in a drained tin of sweet corn. And it's the pop of those kernels that's perfect. It doesn't need cooking. So at this point, take it off the heat, give it a good mix. And there we go, an awesome sweet onion relish. It needs just one more ingredient added to it. And that's
Some
our
dill.
So sprinkle that in there. Mix the dill in. It's colourful, it's fresh, it's tangy, it's kind of sweet, it's amazing.
Can we eat it like that now?
Oh, you can eat it like that now. I think better off letting it cool down.
Yep.
Decant it into a jar. You can make a big batch of this quite a way in advance.
And then eat it at night. It makes life so much easier.
Yeah, or a big barbecue. It's just one thing less to worry about on the day, isn't it? And there we go.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Does it go well with hot dogs?
Funny you should mention that. That is our sweet onion relish on a hot dog.
Sorted.
And finally, my caramelised onion tart.
Which is beautiful. It's a French classic. and it uses sweet onions with salty anchovies, rich buttery pastry, and it looks impressive.
And it tastes impressive too.
And simple.
Ben, do you know what we need?
What do we need?
4 onions peeled and chopped in a bowl.
Ready to go. They need to go into a pan with a shot of oil and cook away for 5 or 10 minutes with the lid on until they're soft and sweet. When I'm cooking French food, it's all about classic combinations of flavours, and thyme with onion are brilliant ones. So if you can just strip off the leaves of those and we'll chop it up, it'll go into our onions as they soften. Onions soft and sweet, now we can add on our thyme, salt and pepper. Lid back on and cook it for another 5 minutes until they're almost jammy. At this point, our onions are soft and pretty sweet, naturally sweet because of so many sugars in the onions, but we're also going to add some caster sugar and balsamic vinegar.
Yep.
They kind of counterbalance each other out, and it makes a nice kind of sticky chutney almost.
So are the natural sugars that occur in the onions not enough? We have to add the sugar.
To make the syrup with the vinegar, you need to add that, but actually onions are so naturally sweet anyway when you cook them long and slow. Most people don't consider how much natural sugar there is in one of those. You wouldn't eat it like an apple, but it has so many sugars in there that when you cook it long and slow, they're all released.
Eat it like an apple.
Don't do that.
Just try it.
Put it in your mouth.
Why not?
I'm going to put it out there, it's going to be nice.
It's an experiment.
No, what are you going to give me?
Just eat it.
What are you going to give me if I eat
People
it?
are going to like this video if you eat that.
I'm not
Tell you
eating
what,
it for
tell you
nothing.
what.
Are you going to do it or not? Oh, that is not good.
Oh, it keeps on giving.
It's only going to get stronger. Should we move on with the recipe? Oh! You won't be kissing anyone later. Next up, fresh parsley. If you can chop that up nice and fine, that's going to go into our onion. Still struggling. That is the caramelized onion that we need for our tart. So the tart part comes in the form of puff pastry. Quick cheap, pre-made, pre-bought. And just roll it out onto a tray. Cut a piece the size you want. And then what we need to do is score a border around the edge. And that allows the pastry to rise, but keep all the onion in the middle. And what else do we do to puff pastry?
You prick it with a fork or score it, and this is so that all the butter can escape or do something like that.
And that will stop the middle bit from rising too much. So the sides will rise and give you a nice border, but onions can go in the middle and not rise. Add in all your parsley into here. With all the parsley in there, that's going to go onto our tart case.
Shall I go and get the stuff we're going to decorate this with?
Yeah, so this is all about combining flavours. We've got the sweet onions with the sharp tang of vinegar. Now for salty anchovies, beautiful. A black pitted olive in each segment. And there we go. It needs 200 degrees Celsius in an oven for 15 minutes.
So that only get you.
Good job, boys.
There we go.
It's beautiful, buttery, salty, sweet caramelised onion tart.
With a few sprigs of thyme. Sorted. There we go. Told you they'd be good.
We weren't lying.
Look incredible.
Let's dig it in, have a taste. Each one's so different.
Oh man, that's good.
I can buy my relish with your Bhaji.
Oh, should get that pastry on that.
Now, first things first, make sure you subscribe to Sorted Food. And secondly, comment below and let us know which one is your favourite.
Or, if you'd have done something completely different with onions, we want to hear about that too, so let us know down below.